And Mark Medina with the LA Times Lakers blog saying here at Staples Center, the Lakers coming off a 92-89 victory over the Denver Nuggets, and obviously a lot of talk of Andrew Bynum's performance after coming off that 4-game suspension that he served at the beginning of the season because of his forearm shove against Dallas Mavericks guard J.J. Barea in the playoffs. He pretty much dominated on the offensive boards, in putbacks, everything alike, enough to have his second highest statistical output in his career. That only trails the 42 points that he posted against the Clippers. But as impressive as that was, the main thing that stood out was just how the Lakers were able to close out a very tough victory. And one of the plays that epitomizes that is Derek Fisher diving for a loose ball after he missed a three-pointer. He somehow, some way, dove to get that ball across the court and call timeout, a key stretch in the game. And this is coming on the heels when he entered the training camp a little bit out of shape because of the situation with the lockout. It prevented him from being able to work on his conditioning as much as he'd like to during the offseason because he was such a key part in those labor negotiations, but he still found a way to do that. Then you look at another play like Steve Blake. After Kobe Bryant missed a three-point shot, it looked like Gallinari had a wide-open layup that could have secured a Denver victory, and at least tied it at that point. Steve Blake raced all the way back to the court. Looked like Gallinari was thinking that there was going to be a foul coming. Blake avoided that. He missed the layup. But now back to Andrew Bynum. He just definitely impressed. There was no transition process as far as how he was going to get ingratiate himself in the offense. He had 29 points, 13-18 shooting right off the bat. They looked to him early. But the thing is about him, he looks very winded, out of shape. He had trouble running up and down the court every time Lakers coach Mike Brown took him out of the lineup. He kept instructing him to keep running, keep pushing himself. And it really looks like the Lakers are not going to give him any type of grace period to get back in shape. Mike Brown stuck to his word that he played him heavy minutes. He was originally going to play him 34, but he played him at 31. But he's not going to let his foot off the gas pedal. And teammates as well have said that he just has to catch up and get in shape as quickly as he can because they're not going to wait around for them. But all in all, it was a very well-fought victory, but the Lakers also faced some different issues. They weren't able to shoot well from the outside. They went 2 of 24 from the field after they looked like in the past few games, looked like their outside shooting was definitely improved. Metta World Peace, he didn't have a good game. Maybe some people would say he went back to normal, but for better or worse, he went 0 of 8 from the field. And then you look at someone like Kobe Bryant. Definitely played a sharp game, but it was a different game. He didn't score a whole lot. He had 17 points, only 6 of 18 shooting, but he was able to adjust to become that facilitator, get Andrew Bynum involved, get Pau Gasol involved. And even though it was an ugly win and it wasn't pretty to watch, I think that there's a lot of growth, especially when you compare to last week with they had trouble holding on to a lead and closing out a tight game against Chicago. Even though Denver doesn't have the same caliber as Chicago does, it really speaks to just the Lakers' ability to find a way to grind out some wins. And just because of the depleted talent that they may have lost with that Lamar Odom trade, that's something that they may have to do in the long run. They managed to do it tonight.